Cancer. When we think of this word, we think of the worst. We think of the many lives that cancer has taken. Fighting cancer is like fighting a constant battle. You never know who is going to win. But today, I have good news. Doctors and physicians all over the country have found something that might just be the cure. It's called gene-altering therapy. After I speak to you today, you will know what genes are, how gene therapy works, and the impact of gene therapy on curing cancer. First of all, what are genes? According to the academic journal Gene Technology, A New Way to Treat Cancer, genes are the biological units of heredity. Genes make up your obvious traits like your hair color and your eye color. They also help allow the blood to be able to carry oxygen. So this picture represents a strand of DNA with a section of it being a gene. So there are many different genes on each strand of DNA. And DNA consists of 2 different strands with millions of 4 different bases on it put in different orders. And these bases are adenine, cytosine, thymine, and guanine. And all of this DNA lies in a person's 23 pairs of chromosomes. So these are the 2 strands of DNA with the 4 bases put in different orders all down the strands, and then it all goes back to the person's chromosomes. Next, what is gene therapy? Gene therapy uses genes to help treat or prevent disease. According to the article called What is Gene Therapy, there are 2 different types. Somatic gene therapy is the transfer of a section of DNA to cells that don't produce sperm or egg, so it cannot be passed on to the patient's children. Germline gene therapy is the transfer of a section of DNA to cells that do produce sperm or egg, so it can be passed on to the patient's children. The history of gene therapy is written in an article in the encyclopedia called Gene Therapy. In the early 1970s, scientists proposed gene surgery, which was the process of replacing bad genes with genes that work properly. On September 14, 1990, a 4-year-old girl suffering from a genetic disorder became the first person to undergo gene therapy in the U.S. Lastly, an article written by Sarah Miller in July 2017 talks about how the process of gene therapy works. This gene-altering therapy treats B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which affects mainly children and young adults. This type of cancer forms in the bone marrow, which is the material in the center of your bone that produces your blood cells. So this is how the process works. The doctors remove the immune cells, which are the T cells, from the blood. Then those T cells are sent to the lab to be purified. Then scientists mix those cells with a virus, which serves as a vector to insert a bit of genetic material into the DNA. Then those cells sit for about 15 to 25 days, and they produce new proteins that are encoded by the DNA. Then they are placed back into the patient's blood. And that virus that was put into those cells creates antibodies that sit on top of the cell and can recognize cancer cells and find tumors to latch onto and destroy. And when those T cells latch onto those tumors and cancer cells, it can cause serious side effects like high fevers and the inability to speak. Those T cells might also kill the healthy B cells, but a person can live without those. So that is how the process of gene therapy works. The drug company Novartis had a trial where 63 patients were given the new treatments, and 82% of them got rid of cancer. The other 18% died. But as you can tell, this treatment has had a pretty big impact. In conclusion, scientists all over the world are becoming closer and closer to finding a cure to cancer, and patients are finding more hope in the future. Gene therapy is just getting a step closer to curing cancer. After speaking to you today, I hope you are informed on how gene therapy works and how it can help cure cancer. If you are fighting cancer today, don't stop fighting, because one day cancer will be gone and you will be healthy.